Guys, please confirm to me. Guys, please confirm to me. Everybody please just come to me. Voice on screen, those who are attending online. Am I audible? Is my voice is clear to all of you guys? Please confirm to me. Am I audible? Am I audible? Please confirm to me. Is my voice is clear to all of you guys? Please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending online, please confirm to me. Okay, fine. Right, sir. Now check it what we completed in the last session. I think so. We are discussing about the differences between Java and other programming languages. In the differences between Java and other programming languages, almost all 5 differences we completed. What are the 5 differences that we have completed? If you observe this, the very first one, C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is what? A dynamic programming language. Next one is preprocessor is required in C and C++, whereas processor is not required in Java. Next one is C and C++ are platform dependent programming languages, but Java is a platform independent programming language. Understand it now. Next one is pointers are existed in C and C++, but pointers are not available in Java. After that, multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. It is existed in C++ and it is available in Python. No need to understand that multiple inheritance, how it is available in C++, that is not required. More depth we require in C++, then it is not required for us, as we are going to understand Java programming language. But we understood clearly it is not possible in the case of Java. Okay, all of you understand it clearly. What we have seen in the last class, if you have to this, multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. So before going to understand whether this multiple inheritance is possible or not possible, before understanding that, first we need to understand what is multiple inheritance, from where this multiple inheritance is coming. All this background story here we have to understand. That's why I started our content right from what the object-oriented programming languages onwards. Now tell me, what is an object-oriented programming language? If any programming language represents the data in the form of the objects by following the object-oriented features, then that programming language is called an object-oriented programming language. There are 7 numbers of the object-oriented features. What are the 7 number of object-oriented features here? First one is class, second one is object, encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, message passing. Next term, inheritance. What exactly the meaning of inheritance? I give in some definitions. It's a relation between classes. It will provide variables and methods from one class to another class in order to reuse the variables and methods. Next one is, in inheritance, the class which is providing variables and methods to some other class is called a superclass or a parent class or a base class. In inheritance, the class which is getting variables and methods from the superclass is called a subclass or a child class or a derived class. Nice. The main advantage of the inheritance is code reusability. The main advantage of the inheritance is what? The code reusability. Initially, there are two types of inheritances. Initially, how many types of inheritances are available? Two types of inheritances are available. What are the two types here? Single inheritance, and second one is what? There multiple inheritance. On the basis of the single and multiple inheritances, there are three more inheritances. Three more inheritances are derived on the basis of the single and multiple inheritances. What are the three more inheritances? Can know multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. Single inheritance, here we are understanding. It is the relation between classes. It will provide variables and methods from one class to it will provide variables and methods from only one superclass to one or more subclasses. Here we have condition on number of superclasses only. We don't have any condition on what their number of subclasses. Please try to understand it. Java does support single inheritance. Java does support what their single inheritance. Next one is multiple inheritance. What is the meaning of this multiple inheritance actually? It's the relation between classes. It will provide variables and methods from more than one superclass to one or more subclasses. Java does not support what their multiple inheritance. Right, sir. Why Java doesn't support this multiple inheritance actually? What is the reason for that? There are given some information. What is that information here are given there? In Java, in multiple inheritance, if we declare the same variables with the different values and the same methods with the different implementations in two superclasses, and if we access that variable and method in the respective subclass, then it is a confusion from which superclass that variable and method is coming. From which superclass that variable and method is coming to the subclass. That is a confusion. We know already Java is a simple programming language. It must not allow the confusion oriented feature. Part of this Java has avoided the total multiple inheritance. Why? Because multiple inheritance is providing what their confusion. Right, sir. In the above context, to avoid the confusion, Java has removed multiple inheritance totally from its programming. To restrict multiple inheritance, Java has defined the extends keyword in such a way that to allow only one superclass name, not to allow more than one superclass name in the class syntax. Right, to restrict multiple inheritance, Java has defined the extends keyword in such a way that to allow only one superclass name, not to allow more than one superclass name in the class syntax. That's okay, fine. Some valid case and invalid case are given there. Class A extends be valid. After extends only one superclass name here we provided. But in this syntax, what we provided there now tell me class A extends B comma C. That is what they're invalid. There we are getting the error like what they're invalid case here. The same points are shown in the form of the diagram. And a diagrammatic representation. This is single inheritance. It is possible in Java. This is multiple inheritance, but no confusion with this particular case. But if you observe this case here, in class A, class B superclasses, if you observe, int I is equal to 10, int I is equal to 20. Same variable with two different values in both the superclasses. M1 method, M1 method. But here X implementation, but here what implementation? Y implementation. Observe carefully. Then if we come for this class C, when we access I is equal to I plus 10, that I value must be taken from which superclass? Is the I value is coming from A superclass or is the I value is coming from B superclass? From which superclass the I value is coming? Understand my point? There is a confusion. If we think I value is coming from class A superclass, where A I value is 10, I is equal to I plus 10, I is equal to 10 plus 10, 20. Is it 20? If we think I value is coming from class B superclass, where class B superclass I value is what there 20, I is equal to I plus 10, I is equal to 20 plus 10, 30. Is it 30? M1 method call here we provided. If it is M1 method, then X implementation or Y implementation, two things are available in this particular situation here. All right, so X implementation in the sense like what there, what is the meaning of it? No, A, that means M1 method coming from, if M1 method is coming from class A, where X implementation is going on, is it X implementation? If M1 method is coming from class B superclass, where Y implementation is going on, is it Y implementation? What is that implementation actually? Right, this is a confusion. Because of this confusion only, Java has removed totally multiple inheritance from its programming. So even though no confusion is available with the second case in the second diagram, but still because of removing this multiple inheritance totally from our Java programming, the second case is also not possible inside the Java. Only single inheritance is available, multiple inheritance is not possible, multi-level is possible, hierarchical is possible, but hybrid is not possible again. Why? Because hybrid uses internally multiple inheritance. Okay, this is the overall scenario here we are getting. But multiple inheritance is possible in Python. In the case of C++, it is possible by having virtual functions. Remove it, not required to understand. But in Python, multiple inheritance is possible. How multiple inheritance is possible in the case of Python? How it is possible in the case of Python? What logic is going on there internally to provide this multiple inheritance? If you understand it, where we have some reason, some example is available there, some implementation is available inside the Python. Python followed one algorithm to provide this multiple inheritance. ORM algorithm is available. It is followed by Python. That's why multiple inheritance is possible inside the Python. What is the meaning of this ORM algorithm? If you're interested, I can say within 2 minutes of time, I want to complete it. How multiple inheritance is going on inside the Python. How it is possible then. Let's see this one. Simple example. Right, sir. In Python, how classes are going to be represented? Class A colon space tab space intendant operator. That's what their intendant operator. That space some value if we provide no, that will come under class. There we can provide I is equal to, for example, 10. Got it? I is equal to 10. Remember, class K is completed. For example, class B colon, here also with space I provided, I is equal to 20, I provided. Now tell me, in two classes, same variable is available or not? Same variable with different values are available or not? Now observe carefully. Class C, in the case of Python, how inheritance we are going to provide there? No extends keyword in the case of Python. In the case of Python, we have to use parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis, we have to provide A. Then what is the meaning of this particular one? What you are understanding there? Class C is a child class to A superclass. A is a parent class, C is what their child class. All properties of A are available to C. What properties are available? I member is available to C. There we can use like what there? I is equal to I plus 10. I is equal to I plus 10. What's the meaning of it now? I value. First I value will be searched in the C, not available. Then it will search in the superclass. What is that superclass there? A. What is that I value in superclass? 10. I is equal to I plus 10. What is the value here? 10 plus 10. What is the value here? 20. Yes, sir, right or not? This is inheritance. For example, class D of more than one superclass I want to provide for this class D. More than one superclass I want to provide for what their class D. We can write A comma B. A comma B. I is equal to I is equal to I plus 10. Again here we provided. Now observe carefully how the logic is going to be happen. To evaluate this expression, first IVAL is required or not? Definitely IVAL is required. When IVAL is required, first PVM, not JVM. In the case of Python, what is that virtual machine? PVM, Python virtual machine. PVM will search for I in class D. If I variable is not available in class D, current class, no, then it will search in its superclass. What is that superclass here? First superclass is what there? A. First superclass, it will check for that I in a first superclass. In a first superclass, I is available or not? Yes, I is available. What is the value? It will take that value 10. 10 plus 10 now. What's the value here we are getting there? 20. Now here we are getting what there? 20. No problem up to this. Once I variable is available in the first superclass, it will take the I variable value, it will utilize the I variable value in the expression. It will not search for I in the class B in the second superclass. No. Already I variable is available in the first superclass. In the case, if I variable is not available in the first superclass, then PVM will search for I variable in the second superclass. When PVM will come to the second superclass, no, when I variable value is not available in the first superclass, then only it will come to what there? Second superclass. Okay, leave this one. Next one is what there? After that, class E of B comma C that I provided. What I provided? No, sorry, B comma A. I provided. Now again here what I am doing there? I is equal to I plus 10 that I am providing. You only tell me what is going on there. No, first PVM will search for I in the current class, that is E. Is it available or not available? Not available. Then it will search in the super classes. What is the first super class here? No, B. B is acting as what their first superclass. B is the first superclass now. So first PVM will search for I in the first superclass. What is that first superclass? B. In B, it will search for the I. In B, I is available or not? Then directly it will take the I. What is the value here? 20. Then 20 plus 10 now. What is the value here we are getting there? No, 30. Once I variable value is available in the first superclass, PVM will not search for I in the second superclass. Not required. It required I, that I is available in the first superclass. In that way, the total implementation is going on. Now tell me, here confusion is resolved or not? In the case of this Python, confusion is resolved or not? So in the case of Python, that multiple inheritance is possible. They're following some type of algorithm that is called as what there? ORM algorithm. Okay, what is that ORM algorithm? I don't know, but algorithm name is available. Some abbreviation is also be existed here now. Just leave this one. This is exactly the meaning of like what there, the total content of like what there, how multiple inheritance in a Python. All right, sir, it's okay. Just it is not required. Just for the sake of your knowledge purpose only, I've given that. Just leave this one, not required here. All right, sir. Now it's okay. So finally, what we completed here, multiple inheritance is not possible in the case of Java. That point here we understood. Leave this point here. Next one is after that, after completion of this, another differences. Here we have to understand what about this another difference here we are understanding there. Difference number 6. Observe carefully. Destructors are required in C++, but destructors are not required in Java. Destructors are required in C++, but destructors are not required in Java. That's a question. That is another point here. Now tell me, what is this actually? First understand it, what exactly the meaning of like what are the destructors? What you are understanding about these destructors now? Right, all of you understand one point here. In the object-oriented programming languages, first of all, tell me, I have a programming language. When we are able to say that programming language as an object-oriented programming language, no, tell me, when a programming language is an object-oriented programming language, when we are able to say that? Answer is very clear. If any programming language represents the data in the form of objects by following object-oriented features, then that programming language is what there? An object-oriented programming language. The point is, in the object-oriented programming languages, it is the convention to store data in the form of objects. In the form of objects. It's a convention to store data in the form of objects. Am I right or not? Observe carefully. Here to store data in the form of objects, first we have to create objects, then we have to represent the data, then we have to store data in the objects. Understand my point? It is a convention to store data in the form of objects. Here to store data in the form of objects, first we have to create objects, then we have to store data in the form of the objects. At the end of the program, we have to destroy the objects. At the end of the program, we have to destroy the objects. So these are conventions inside the object-oriented programming languages. In object-oriented programming languages, it's a minimum thing to represent data in the form of objects. So if you want to store data in the form of objects, first we have to create the objects. After creating the objects, we have to represent the data in the form of objects. After that, at the end of the program, we have to destroy that objects. These are the basic operations which we are going to perform in object-oriented programming languages. Right. Now the same point here I'm telling there. In the object-oriented programming languages, observe carefully. In the object-oriented programming languages, to create objects, we will use in the object-oriented programming languages to create objects, we will use a separate feature. That feature is nothing but what their constructors. That feature is what their constructors. To create objects, we will use constructors, and to destroy the objects, we will use destructors. To destroy the objects, we will use what their destructors. Actually, our point is what, sir? Now tell me. Destructors are required in C++, but destructors are not required in what their Java. That is our actual point. Now, first we need to understand what is a destructor. What is the meaning of the destructor? What is the purpose of the destructor? That point here we have to understand. After that, after understanding the destructors main concept there we are going to understand like what there, why destructors are required in C++, why they are not required in Java, we will understand. All right, sir. Now, in object-oriented programming languages, to create objects, we will use constructors, and to destroy the objects, we will use what their destructors. Got it or not? All right, so now this is the point here we have to understand. Clear? Observe carefully. After this, after understanding these destructors, that point here, in C++, I'm telling to you, observe carefully. On simple example, okay, later on I'll give that, but understand it, no? In C++, developers are responsible for the, in C++, developers are responsible for creating objects and destroying objects at the end of the program. Developers are responsible for creating objects at a starting point of the program and destroying objects at the end of the program. This is the minimum responsibility for what their developers. All right. Here, to destroy the objects, developers must use destructors. Developers must use what their destructors. It is mandatory in C++. Get my point or not? But understand my next point here. In Java, everybody understand it clearly. In Java, developers are responsible for creating objects only. The developers are not responsible for destroying objects. In Java, developers are not responsible for destroying objects. Developers are responsible for creating objects only. Developers are not responsible for destroying objects. Why, sir? What is the require? What is the reason for it? No. What is the reason for it? All of you understand it clearly. In Java, developers are not responsible for destroying objects. Why? Because to destroy the objects, Java has provided an internal component in the form of garbage collector to destroy the objects internally. Why? Because to destroy the objects internally, Java has provided a separate component, in the form of garbage collector. That's it. Now, once garbage collector is available, which it destroys the objects automatically in Java applications, then is there any requirement for the developers to destroy the objects explicitly? So, is there any requirement for the developers to use destructors feature explicitly in Java programming? No, not required here. Because of that reason, destructors are not required in the case of Java, but destructors are required in the case of what there? C++. Why? Because in C++, garbage collector is not available, but in the case of Java, garbage collector is available. Is that all of you are following or not? Right, so now let us understand the point clearly. So in Java, due to the availability of the destructors in Java, due to the availability of the destructors, due to the availability of the garbage collector, due to the availability of the garbage collector, it is not required to use destructors to destroy the objects. But in C++, it is required to use destructors to destroy the objects. In the case of C++, it is required to use destructors to destroy the objects. That's it. This is exactly the point here, what I am telling to you about the destructors content clearly. Right, sir. This point is completed. This is a conclusion here we can understand. In Java, due to the availability of the garbage collectors, it is not required to use destructors to destroy the objects. But in C++, it is required to use destructors to destroy the objects. Why? Because in C++, garbage collector is not available. Right, sir. Now this difference here we understood about this total destructors are required in C++, but destructors are not required in Java. Clear? All of you are getting clarity on this? All right, so leave this one. The next point, the seventh point here we are going to understand. All of you observe carefully. All right, sir. Understand the seventh point here, everybody. Operator overloading is not possible in Java. Operator overloading is not possible in Java. This is the point here what we are going to understand. That means seventh point. Overall 9 points are available. After this, 2 more points are existed that we have to understand them. Operator overloading is not possible in Java. That's the question. That's it. Now all of you observe carefully. So what is, before going to understand whether this operator overloading is possible or not possible, first we have to understand what is the meaning of operator overloading. After understanding that, there we will decide whether operator overloading is possible or not possible, that we are going to understand in the future. But first of all, we have to understand what is the meaning of operator overloading. From where this operator overloading is coming. From where this operator overloading is coming, that all the points here we have to understand. Let's see this one. Once again, I'm asking to tell me, when a programming language, an object-oriented programming language, now tell me, when a programming language is an object-oriented programming language, if any programming language if any programming language allows to represent the data in the form of objects by following the object oriented features, then that programming language is called an object oriented programming language. Then that programming language is called what there? An object oriented programming language. Now tell me, by following what there? Object oriented features. Okay, fine. Now you only tell me how many number of object oriented features are available. There are 7 numbers of the object oriented features. What are the 7 numbers of the object oriented features? No, first one is what there? Class. The next one is what there? Object. Next one is what there? Encapsulation. Next one is what there? Abstraction. Then after that, next one is what there? Inheritance. Next one is what there? Polymorphism. Then last one is what there? Message passing. But this is neglectable. Nobody is including this message passing nowadays. But still, it is one of the point here now. Okay, fine. These are all concepts here we can understand. Right. So next one. After that, see this. All of you understand it, no? Now, previously, when we talk about the multiple inheritance and it is not possible inside the Java, there we started with what there? Inheritance. Now our interest is what there? Polymorph. Sorry, our interest is what there? Operator overloading. Operator overloading, if you want to introduce, then we have to take what there? Polymorphism. Through this polymorphism only, we are going to understand operator overloading. Right. Now let us check this clearly. What exactly the meaning of polymorphism first? Polymorphism. What is the meaning of polymorphism? Answer is very simple. Try to understand it. No. Right. If you want to take general examples, so many examples here I can take. The best example for a moment. If you take say for example, if we take film actors, movies, in a single movie, an actor can play multiple roles. Am I right? Multiple roles. That single character, single actor can play multiple roles. Person is single, multiple forms are available. Single person, multiple forms. That is called what their polymorphism. And outside maybe super specialty hospitals are available. But nowadays we are calling it as what they super specialty hospitals. But 15 years back or 20 years back, if we take no polyclinic hospitals, we can say. What we used to say there, polyclinic. Now they are what they're super specialty. What is the meaning of this super specialty hospitals? No, a single place for multiple diseases. A single place for what they're all the types of problems. Understand it clearly. That is one in multiple forms. Understand my point, Kirna? So like this, if one thing is available in multiple forms, then it is called as what there? Polymorphism. That is a simple point. One thing is existent in multiple forms, then it is called as what there? Polymorphism. Understand? One more point here. First of all, what is the point I am telling there? Polymorphism is a Greek word. Polymorphism is what there? Is a Greek word. Where poly means many and morphism means forms or structures. Where poly means many and morphism means what their structures. This is the meaning of what their polymorphism. This is basic awareness. Next one is, if one thing exists in more than one form, then it is called polymorphism. If one thing exists in more than one form, then it is called polymorphism. So, number of examples are available here. One more point. Observe carefully. First of all, tell me, for the inheritance, I given a point. What is the main advantage of the inheritance now? Tell me. What's the main advantage of the inheritance? Already we understood that. The main advantage of the inheritance is what there? Code reusability. Main advantage of the inheritance is what there? Code reusability. Similarly, the main advantage of the polymorphism is flexibility to design the applications. The main advantage of the polymorphism is what there? Flexibility to design the applications. Just we are able to get flexibility in the development work. All right, what is the meaning of this flexibility? How we are able to get flexibility from polymorphism? One simple example. I want to explain this total point in a simple example. Try to observe carefully. Right, sir. All of you understand it now? For example, Durgasoft is the best example. Now we are attending these Java classes. For example, here I'm going to take two cases. Try to understand the two cases now. Case number one. For Java, for core Java subject, one faculty is available. Only one faculty. No other trainers are available. Only one trainer. Example I'm telling to you. In the point of students, in the point of view, is there any flexibility with one faculty? For example, you have to join with Durgasoft only. You don't have any alternative. There's a condition for you. Your parents are given this condition. You must join with Durgasoft. But in Durgasoft for Java, one faculty is available. Case number one. So you may go to the demo class, for example. You may go to the demo class. If the demo class is good, if you like the demo class, then you can continue with that faculty. In the case, if you don't like the demo class, if you don't like that faculty, do you have any alternative in this case? No? Do you have any flexibility to go for other alternative, other trainer? No, you don't have any other alternative, other trainer for this. Am I right or not? So only one faculty, that faculty only we have to continue even without having interest. No flexibility for you. Case number two, I am telling to you, observe carefully. What is this case number two here? Everybody understand it. Case number two. For core Java, 5 trainers are available. 5 trainers are teaching classes for core Java. 5 trainers are available. Observe carefully. 5 trainers for core Java in the sense, in the point of students, what is going to be happen? First, you may come to the one trainer demo class. There you will check your status. If you like it, then you can continue with that faculty. If you're not interested, if you don't like that trainer approach there, then there is an alternative. You may go for what there, second trainer demo class. You may check there also. Still, if you are not interested, then you may go with the third trainer, fourth trainer, fifth trainer. All 5 trainers demo classes you may identify. After identifying all the 5 trainers demo classes, after understanding all the 5 trainers demo classes, then we can decide which trainer we want to get. Now here there is a flexibility. If one demo is not good, then we may go with what their other demo. But in the case of only one trainer, do you have any such kind of options there? No options are available. Now tell me where flexibility is available for you. Second case, case number 2. That means for core Java, 5 trainers are available. That 5 trainers, they are providing their own form of this core Java. That means if one thing is available in multiple forms, core Java is available in the form of multiple trainers. If one thing is available in multiple forms, you may select either of this form. Then there is a flexibility for you to select either of this form. But if core Java taught by only one faculty, you don't have any flexibility. You are unable to have any flexibility. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? Then in the second case, we are getting flexibility. In the first case, we are not having flexibility. That's why polymorphism is able to provide flexibility in the application development. If one thing is available in multiple forms, we can select either of this form as per our interest. If one thing is available in one form, that we have to use with or without the interest. But no flexibility here in this case now. Right, that's why the main advantage of the polymorphism is what there, flexibility. Leave this point here. After this, after completion of this particular flexibility point, no. Next one is after that, after understanding this content here, observe carefully. There are 2 types of polymorphisms. How many types of polymorphisms are available? There are two types of polymorphisms. What are the two types of polymorphisms there? First one is static polymorphism and the second one is dynamic polymorphism. First one is what there? Static polymorphism and the second one is what there? Dynamic polymorphism. Now here the question is, what is static polymorphism and what is dynamic polymorphism? Let us understand the first one here now. Static polymorphism. Static polymorphism. If the polymorphism exhibited at a compilation time, then it is called static polymorphism. Then it is called as what is there? Static polymorphism. Now tell me, what is the meaning of the static polymorphism? If the polymorphism exhibited at what time there? At a compilation time. If the polymorphism is exhibited at the time of compilation or at a compilation time, then it is called static polymorphism. Observe carefully. Example for static polymorphism is overloading. Example for static polymorphism is what there? Overloading. Understand it. Next one is dynamic polymorphism. Dynamic polymorphism. Observe carefully. Now this is second one, dynamic polymorphism. What's the point about it now? If the polymorphism is exhibited at a runtime, not at compilation time, at a runtime, at execution time. In very first class I given the information about compilation time, execution, static time, dynamic time. If the polymorphism is exhibited at a runtime, then it is called dynamic polymorphism. Then it is called as what? The dynamic polymorphism. All right. Example for dynamic polymorphism is what there? Overriding. Example for dynamic polymorphism is what there? Overriding. First of all, understand it. Actually, what point here we are trying to discuss now? What's the point here we are trying to discuss here now? Operator overloading is not possible in Java. To understand this operator overloading not possible in Java, first we are understanding what is operator overloading, from where this operator overloading is coming. This point here we are understanding. Okay, now see this one. For that particular reason only here we are discussing the total content. Okay, fine. Here static polymorphism. If the polymorphism is exhibited at a compilation time, then it is called static polymorphism. Overloading is an example. If the polymorphism is exhibited at runtime, then it is called what there? Dynamic polymorphism. Example is what there? Overriding. All right, sir. 1 minute. All right. Now, here my requirement is what there? Overloading here we have to understand. I don't require this overriding immediately. I require what there? Overloading. All right. Observe carefully. There are two types of overloadings. In general, there are two types of overloadings. What are the two types of these overloadings there? First one is method overloading and the second one is what there? Operator overloading. Method overloading and the second one is what there? Operator overloading. Observe carefully. First of all, let us understand what is this method overloading. What is the meaning of this method overloading? Simple definitions. See, all these definitions are well-known points only. Just I'm repeating all the concepts. Right? Observe carefully. If we declare more than one method, with the same name, method in the sense function. In the case of C, C++, function. In the case of Java, method. If I declare more than one method with the same name and with the different parameter list, then it is called method overloading. Come again, what's the meaning of this method overloading? No, if we declare more than one method with the same name and with the different parameter list, then it is called method overloading. Right, sir? Understand it. Example here I'm telling to you, observe carefully. For example, I'm going to take class A or maybe class calculator. Simple example. Inside this class calculator, I'm going to take void add of into I comma into j. Void add of into I comma into j some instructions. Similarly, void add of float f1 comma float f2. Again here we are providing what there a set of instructions. Void add of float f1 comma float f2, a set of instructions. Next one is what there void add of string str1 comma string str2. Here we are getting like what there a set of instructions. Now check it clearly. Calculator is a class here. Inside this calculator class, how many methods here we declared? No, 3 methods here we declared. For all the 3 methods, what is the name? Add. Add is a name. That means name is single add. But how many parameters list is what? Different parameter list. Once a different parameter list in the sense, different implementation here we can understand. So method is the same, but implementations are different. Same method, but implementations are what then? Different. So one thing is available in multiple forms or not? One thing is available in multiple forms or not? It is nothing but what their polymorphism. Of course, this is called as what their method overloading. This is exactly like what their method overloading. Understand it clearly. Next one is after completion of this, what is the meaning of operator overloading? Next one is what their operator overloading. Everybody understand it clearly. If we declare any operator with more than one operation or more than one functionality, if we declare any operator with more than one operation, then that operator is called an overloaded operator, and that process is called operator overloading. If we declare any operator with more than one operation, then that operator is called an overloaded operator, and that process is called as what there? Operator overloading. That's an example code here I'm telling to you. Try to recognize this example code. Say for example, int a is equal to 10, int b is equal to 20, int c is equal to a plus b semicolon. System outed println of c. Observe carefully. String str1 is equal to abc, string str2 is equal to def, string str3 is equal to str1 plus str2. System.out.println of str3. Clear? All of you observe carefully. Now this is my instruction. Just we can observe this plus. Now tell me here plus is an operator. Here plus is for the arithmetic. Here plus is for what there? Arithmetic addition. There plus is for what purpose there? No, arithmetic addition. Am I right? Here plus is for what purpose there? No, arithmetic addition. Everybody understand it clearly. Next one is after this, after completion of it, arithmetic addition in the sense It performs addition between A and B. A value is what? 10. B value is what? There 20. A plus B. What is the value here? No, 30. 30 value will be assigned to C. C value we are trying to display by using system.out.println. We are trying to display the C value. That C value is now what value here? No, 30. 30 is the value for C variable. Got it? Next one is after that. Coming to this one. Here we provided plus operator between two string variables. Here we provided plus operator between two string variables. Now here what I am telling here plus is for the string concatenation. Here plus is for what purpose? There no string concatenation. That means ABC plus DEF, in the sense DEF will be appended to ABC. That means overall data is what there? ABC DEF. This is what their concatenation operator. Okay, fine. Now tell me, symbol is very same, operator is very same, plus. At one time we are using arithmetic addition, at other time we are using what there? String concatenation. At one time arithmetic addition, at other time it is what there? Like a concatenation. Are you getting it or not? Now here plus is an operator which has multiple operations or not. So plus is overloaded operator, and the definition of the plus, that means preparing plus operator with more than one functionality, that process is called as what there? Operator overloading. So up to now just what we understood, what is the meaning of operator overloading. Then coming to our punch can. Operator overloading is not possible in Java. Why? Because, understand it clearly, why Java has not supported this operator overloading, why Java is not allowing this operator overloading. Why? Because two simple reasons. What are the two simple reasons? No, first one is what there? It's a very rarely used feature in the application development. It is not demanded one. It is a rarely used feature. It is a rarely used feature. All right, sir. It's a rarely used feature in the application development. So Java is not thinking much about this particular feature. Okay, leave this one. Second one is, observe carefully. It's a confusion-oriented feature. Is a confusion-oriented feature when we define more operators with more functionalities. Observe carefully. One operator, two operations. Okay, easily we can understand this operator is for two functionalities. Two operators, each two functionalities. Okay, no problem. But 10 operators, each operator has a 5 operations. Is it possible for us to trace which operator is for which functionality? Automatically some confusion will be increased or not? Definitely there we are able to get what there? Some confusion, right? That's why it's a confusion oriented feature when we define more than one operator, when we define more operators with the more functionalities. When we define more operators with the more functionalities, this is like what there? A confusion oriented feature. You know already Java is a simple programming language. It should not allow what there? Confusion oriented features. Because of this reason, Java does not allow like what there? This operator overloading. Are you forgetting it or not? But still I have a question. What is my question here? Now tell me, this total code, whatever the code as a model, as an example I have taken, this total code is representing operator overloading or not? Come on. This code is representing operator overloading or not? At the same time, I'm asking this question to you. Is this code is not executable in Java? Is this code is not possible to run in Java? Definitely it will be executed. This code will be executed. But at one side you are saying that operator overloading is not possible in Java. At other side you are saying that this code is executable inside the Java. How can we justify about your point? If you want to stand on the point, operator overloading is not possible in Java, then this code must not be executed in Java. But now what we are saying that this code is executable in Java. But at the same time we are saying that operator overloading is not possible in Java. Then how can we justify about this particular point? There, I'm going to give some points, some internal points to you. Try to understand it clearly. All of you understand it clearly. One note. Everybody, put more concentration. One note. Right, sir. As per the Java internal requirement, Java made some of the predefined operators like plus comma, star comma, slash comma, percentile, not star, percentile, and so on. Java made some of the predefined operators like plus, star, percentile as predefined overloaded operators with the fixed functionalities. As per the Java internal requirement, Java made some of the predefined operators like plus, star, percentile as predefined overloaded operators with the fixed functionalities, with the predefined functionalities. But Java has not provided any environment to define operator overloading. Java has not provided any environment to define operator overloading explicitly at the developers level. But Java has not provided any environment to define operator overloading explicitly at the developers level. Is it? Understand this conclusion, all of you know? That note, what exactly the note I have given there, now try to understand it now. As per the Java internal requirement, Java made some of the predefined operators like plus, star, slash, that means percentile, and so on as a predefined overloaded operators with the fixed functionalities. But Java has not provided any environment to define operator overloading explicitly at the developers level. Is it? All of you are getting clarity in this point or not? All right, so because of that reason only, this plus operator is provided by Java as a predefined overloaded operator with the function fixed functionalities. Because of that reason, we are using this operator overloading in our Java programming. But I want to define, being the developer explicitly, I want to define a single operator with more than one functionality, then it is not possible in Java. Java has not given any path for me to define operator overloading explicitly. But up to how much operator overloading is required inside the Java, that Java has already defined with the sum of the operators. But Java has not provided any environment to define operator overloading explicitly. Got it or not? So this is the total scenario about like what there operator overloading and its content clearly. Right, sir. Just let me check these total points here. What exactly the content here I've given it. Then today, just we are discussing mainly about what their operator overloading content. Now try to understand it. What content here we discussed here. Now tell me, first of all, what is the meaning of overloaded operator? Now tell me, if any program, sorry, what is the meaning of object-oriented programming language? If any programming language allows to represent the data in the form of objects by following the object-oriented features, then the programming language is called an object-oriented programming language. There are 7 numbers of object-oriented features. What are the 7 numbers? Keno? Class, object, encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, message passing. Now here we require polymorphism. What is polymorphism? Polymorphism is a Greek word where poly means many and morphism means forms or structures. Then what is the meaning of this polymorphism? If one thing exists in more than one form, then it is called polymorphism. The main advantage of the polymorphism is what there? Flexibility. There are how many types of polymorphisms are available? There are 2 types of polymorphisms. Static polymorphism and the second one is what there? Dynamic polymorphism. Static polymorphism is what there? If the polymorphism is exhibited at compilation time, then it is called what there? Static polymorphism. Example is what there? Overloading. Then what is dynamic polymorphism actually? If the polymorphism is exhibited at runtime, then it is called what there? Dynamic polymorphism. All right, example is what there? Overriding. Right, sir. How many types of overloadings are available? Two types. What are the two types of overloadings? No, method overloading. Second one is what there? Operator overloading. What is this method overloading actually? If we declare more than one method with the same name and with the different parameter list, then it is called what there? Method overloading. Class calculator. All right. Then here we provided like what there? All the data clearly. What data here we provided here? Add method, three add methods with a different parameter list. Leave this one. Operator overloading. What's the meaning of it? No. If we declare any operator with more than one operation, then that operator is called an overloaded operator. Right, sir. And that process is called what there? Operator overloading. Examples I have given into A is equal 10, into B is equal 20, into C is equal to A plus B. Then Cessna dotted println of C. All right, sir. Now, string str1 is equal to ABC, string str2 is equal to def, string str3 is equal to str1 plus str2. Now here, plus is for what there? Arithmetic addition, but here plus is for what there? String concatenation. Now here, at one time plus is for arithmetic addition, at other time plus is for what there? String concatenation. So because of that reason, that plus is acting as what there? Overloaded operator. Right, operator overloading is not possible in Java. Why? Because it is a rarely used feature in the application development, and it is a confusion-oriented feature when we define more operators with the more functionalities. Note I have given there. What was that note here I have given there? As per the Java internal requirement, Java made some of the predefined operators like pluses, stars, percentile as predefined overloaded operators with the fixed functionalities, but Java has not provided any environment to define operator overloading explicitly at the developer's level. Got it or not? This is exactly the content here what we provided clearly, right? Operator overloading and its related content here we completed. All right, sir, good. Right, sir, then add into a comment, add into, yes, of course, it is possible. Right, sir, add method, see, in method overloading, more than one method we have to take with the same name with a different parameter list. That parameter list difference may be in the form of number of parameters. The difference in the form of number of, see, in one method, two parameters, in another method, four parameters, in another method, six parameters. Still it is possible. There's nothing but what there? Method overloading. Right. It's right. No problem here. Right. But anyway, more information about this overloading and all these things we will discuss in object orientation. There we have a separate topic. Whoops. There we are going to discuss more content there clearly. Got it or not? All right, sir. Then after this, the next point, that eighth point is like what there? C and C++ are following call by value and call by reference parameter passing mechanisms. But Java is following only call by value parameter passing mechanisms. Right, sir? Now this is the point here we have to understand. Another point here. C and C++ are following call by value and call by reference parameter passing mechanism, but Java is following only call by value parameter passing mechanism. This is one point. And one more point is remaining, sir, about this ninth one, like about this memory allocation, about that point, right? So that I will discuss with you tomorrow. Okay, right, sir. Now this remaining part I will discuss with you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll finish this total content. In the next day onwards, we are going to start with what there, like Java features. The topic I'm going to start there. Okay, right, sir. Then tomorrow we are going to see the remaining content. Thank you. Thanks a lot.